Hi, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a fabric mask with a filter pocket, a nose wire, and ribbon ties. So let's get started.
Okay.
Alright, so first let's gather your materials. You're going to need pins, buttons for your ribbon ties, pipe cleaners, scissors, ribbon, your pattern pieces, fabric. I have a fat quarter here from Walmart, and thread. Okay, so step number one, you're going to want to pin your pattern pieces to your fabric. And as you can see, you have a lining pattern piece and a main fabric pattern piece. You're going to take your pins out and you're going to sew this seam right here on both of your fabric pieces. And remember, you want to sew these right sides together. So make sure you flip them and sew it with both of the outside pieces facing each other. We're going to sew the filter pocket seam on the short side, the lining edge. So I'll show you an example here. So if you look on the inside of the mask, you can see this is where the filter pocket goes in. So you're going to want to finish that edge, and that's what we're going to do on the smaller piece. So for the next step, we're going to sew the main fabric and the lining together. We're going to do it right sides together, and we're going to match up the seams right here at the top and at the bottom, and then pin down the sides. If you want, you can go to the iron and press these seams open just to the top a little bit if you want to, but you can skip that step as well. going to flip it inside out, and we're going to sew the nose wire pocket. So if you look on this one, you can see there's an extra line of stitching at the bottom, and that's what holds the nose wire in separate from the filter pocket. Sewn your nose wire pocket, the next thing to do is to stick the nose wire in it. So I just take a regular pipe cleaner and I cut it in half, and then you're going to want to just bend the edges of it because they're kind of pointy and you don't want it to accidentally poke through your fabric. This right here is part of a tube turner. It can help sometimes with getting the pipe cleaner through. This seam right here is where the pipe cleaner likes to stop and act all crazy. So if you just like stick something that's narrow and skinny in there, you can kind of work it through and make sure it gets to the other side. And that way when you put your pipe cleaner in, you shouldn't have any problems. Step in the nose wire part is you're going to make two seams right here, one right here and one right here, and that's just to keep the nose wire in this place right here at the top of the mask and to keep it from sliding down to these sides. So as you can see on this example one, it's just a little seam right there and a little one right there. So the next step in finishing the mask is you're going to close up the slots for the ribbons. So on this side without the filter pocket, you're just going to fold it over. You can eyeball it about halfway and then halfway again to make sure that it covers up that raw edge over there. And on the other side, it should be a little bit longer because you've made the slot for the filter pocket. So you're going to fold it over maybe about a quarter of the way and then another quarter of the way. You can do it longer or shorter, it just depends. And that way it gives you a little room so you can stick your filter in. Making your mask is just you're going to insert the ribbon into the ribbon slots and you're going to put your buttons on the end to keep them from sliding out. This is just an option. You could use a bead or any other material that you can find that'll attach onto the edges to keep them from sliding out. it's harder for you to tie your ribbon like this, you can just do it in a double knot. But I prefer to do it like this because it looks a little neater. So there's your finished mask tutorial. As you can see, it pulls out like this. And I'll just show you how to put it on real quick because some people get confused. So you're going to pull from the bottom, the thread all the way out. And you're going to stick it over your neck with the inside of the mask facing you. Then you're going to pull it up to your face, pull the strings, and you're just going to tie it behind your head. There you go. And then you can like pull up on the sides a little bit to help make it more comfortable, and press the nose wire against your face. And I like this mask a lot because the seam comes down the middle, so it doesn't lay flat against your face. So it's a little bit easier to breathe, a little bit easier to talk. Yes, so thank you for watching my tutorial.